What is up, you guys? Welcome to session 119. Let's go over the market, guys. We're looking at CNBC right now. We'll read off, what's going on in the market. We'll also go over, some technical analysis and, our thoughts on, Mogul Fellows and stuff and the future of Mogul Fellows. We, are planning to expand more past the stock market, so we'll briefly go over that as well, guys. So let's go over what is happening in this wild market. We have seen probably the last 24 hours, guys, has been one of the wildest volatilities I've seen. So let's go over it. And if you guys don't know, I'm talking about oil, guys. So Dow closed it wild session up 200 points, which I thought today was going to be for sure a red day after I saw oil spike crazy amounts yesterday. Futures 200 points as oil reserves lower and Trump signals Iran war may be near the end, guys. So let's go over this. Let's read this, guys, and pretty much give our thoughts. So we have the S&P 500 making a comeback today from earlier losses after President Donald Trump, guys, said the war against Iran could be reaching its end. So I think he was talking to CBS. I see it down below, so we'll get to that in a minute. But let's go over how the market did. The broad market index rose 0.83% today to close at 67.95, guys. And obviously we've seen the 7,000 mark, so we are at the 6,700 mark, near the 6,800. So we'll see, if we could reach new highs this year. Hopefully we could get the tech sector back and going again. Obviously, AI disruption, AI concerns, that's another whole thing, especially with unemployment, guys, the labor market, and then inflation, Federal Reserve, stuff like that, guys. We still have a lot of ways to go. Obviously this Iran thing is kind of different route. We got to get out of this now, and then we got to focus on this other stuff. So that is pretty much how the S&P is doing. We have the Dow Jones at the 47,000 mark. We have NASDAQ at the 22.6. So the Dow was down nearly 900 points at its session low, and the S&P and NASDAQ fell as much as 1.5% today, guys. So so crazy, guys. When oil opened yesterday, or when futures opened yesterday, and I saw oil go up to nearly 120 a barrel, I thought we were for sure toast today, guys. Obviously we prepare for these type of moments. Obviously we saw a lot of FUD earlier this year, guys. Since October we saw a lot of FUD, so we are in a good cash position in the Mogul portfolio, guys. I think we're half cash as far as the whole portfolio goes, but in the trading accounts, we are good amount of cash right now, waiting for perhaps a crash if there is one, a correction if there is one. We haven't really gotten the green light to really put money in like we used to, guys. So we are kind of staying cautious, pumping the brakes a bit, not putting too much in a day in the Mogul 30, kind of pausing. We're currently underwater on our Robinhood shares in the Mogul options trading account, but we're waiting for those to recover. We still have a lot of cash to perhaps get into other positions to do cover calls, but we're still kind of cautious, guys. So there's a lot for this market for us to feel safe, and so far it hasn't given that to us right now to really put money in. So let's go over this, guys. On Monday today, Trump told CBS, I got this notification when I was at the gym today. Trump told CBS news reporter who shared the comments in a post on X that the war is very complete, pretty much. He said that, quote unquote. They have no navy, no communications, they've got no air force, the president said, adding that the U.S. is very far ahead of his initially stated time frame for the war of 4 to 5 weeks. He thought it was going to take up to that, but he sees it really, he sees us ahead right now and ahead of schedule. Trump also said that the ships are moving through the key Strait of Hormuz passageway and that he is thinking about taking it over. So this was, a big concern, guys. This is why oil spiked, is because, Iran controls the Strait of Hormuz and they will take out, they want to take out any ship that is connected to the United States or Europe or our allies going through the Strait of Hormuz. And so essentially, the Strait of Hormuz could be considered closed at that time. President Trump says it's open, but we got major OPEC members, like Iraq, Kuwait, the UAE. They're stopping oil output because they can't get through the Strait of Hormuz, and it's causing a whole pileup, and so they have to stop production, stop output. So it's just getting very hairy right now in the Strait of Hormuz. That's why we saw the spike yesterday. Strait of Hormuz, 20% of the global oil supply goes through the Strait of Hormuz, guys. I don't know if you guys knew that, but 20%, that is a lot. And if that's disrupted, obviously we're going to see spikes in oil, which we did see yesterday. So, he said today that he's thinking about taking it over. Maybe that was his whole intention with this whole war thing, guys, is, obviously they, the Islamic Republic killed, 30,000+ of their own people. That is by far, one of the reasons to try and go in there and stop this whole regime. Obviously humanitarian issue, obviously threats to Israel, one of our key allies, threats to us. They chant death to America all the time. So, and I think another one that really pissed off Trump was there's, reports out there that Iran tried to kill Trump, and, so it could be a personal thing as well, too. So, a lot of things will come, what I think a lot of good things will come out of this, though. We could be honestly just going in there, trying to get control of their oil, guys. We need as much energy as possible going into this AI, to win this AI race, guys, and to take it away from China. China was one of the biggest customers of Iran oil. Same with Venezuela, guys. And then who knows about Greenland? Greenland, obviously, there was threats that Russia was going to take that over, but and then the next one is Cuba. Who knows what will happen to Cuba? But this whole war thing, there's a lot of pros to it, obviously. To free their people. The Iranians, want freedom in Iran, to, get peace with Israel in that region. Obviously, Iran wants to destroy Israel, and then obviously peace with us too, guys. Iran is a major threat to the United States, one of our key adversaries, and to take them out and to perhaps control their oil would be great for us. And it would also put China into a spot, and it would give us key leverage to make deals with China. So that is that. Trump also said the ships are moving through the Strait of Hormuz passageway. Oh, I already mentioned that, but yeah. So he is thinking about taking it over, guys. So we'll see what happens with that this week. The West Texas Intermediate crude fell to as low as 81 a barrel Following the developments, it broke above $100 a barrel in overnight trading to hit more than 119 a barrel. It's first time above this threshold since 2022, when investors were reacting to the aftermath of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. International benchmark Brent crude pulled back to nearly 84 a barrel and is its lowest for the day. U.S. oil prices began the year below $60 a barrel. So year to date, going from $60 a barrel and then going all the way up to 119 is absolutely mind-blowing to me. But here's a quote, it looks like from a portfolio manager, John Luke Tyner. Seems like things are moving on the up and up. So that's a quote coming from John Luke Tyner, Aptus Capital Advisors. The broader market was also helped by a rise in semiconductor stocks, Broadcom advancing more than 4%, Micron Technology and AMD increasing 5% each. Nvidia also climbed on the day to 2%. Back to oil. Oil jumped after major Middle East producers slashed their input. So we just talked about this, guys. Kuwait announced cuts, but did not say by how much. And then Iraq has really seen its production fall 70%. That is mind-blowing. And I think the UAE was in there somewhere as well. So we also have energy ministers from the group of 7 nations, namely Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, and the UK and the US are planning to meet virtually on Tuesday morning to discuss potentially releasing oil reserves, guys. So that is pretty much the news from CNBC. You guys could take a look at this if you guys would like. I put it in the description below. Let's switch this song here. All right, so now let's go into Robinhood here and check out some technical analysis right now. Here is the chart that we were looking at earlier. This is crude futures, guys. The week 5-minute chart on crude futures. We saw, trading pretty much on last Friday. It looks like it was trading nearly, around this range, 80 something dollars a barrel. And after Sunday, when futures opened, we saw that pump all the way up to the 119.48 level there, way in over, bought levels there on this chart. And now, since President Trump came out and announced that the war can be over soon, we saw this pretty much just nosedive into the ground here, going down to $88 a barrel. Pretty much trading where it was last week. That is pretty much the chart for crude futures here, crude oil. So now let's dive in. Let's switch this back to the day chart here. And then let's go over pretty much what's going on with, look at that year chart. That is crazy on crude oil. But yeah, that is wild, guys. But let's go over what the top 5 stocks that performed well on the day today, and then the bottom 5. We obviously have BMNR being the top stock that was up today. We did see this stock really get hit this past year. Now trading at $20, but we see this up 7.63% today. We have Mara. Top 2 being crypto-related stocks. We see this up 7%, guys. We have Oklo, energy stock here, up 4.96 today. And then AMD, we have up today as well at 202 level. See if it bounces off this 200-day here. And then we have Archer, guys, up 4.31%. Most of these stocks are still trading RSI level, under fair value, guys. So we are seeing green on these stocks, but they are very much between fair value and oversold. So now let's go over what stocks are getting hit today. Spotify being the bottom stock today, down 3.75%. We see this stock above fair value range, and then the 50-day below this 200-day there. So we'll see how that performs. Uber, we have down 1.96% today. We see it trading below that 50-day moving average and 200-day moving average at a 43 RSI level there. We have DoorDash trading under fair value range below this 50-day and 200-day moving average. And then PayPal, PayPal's been getting really smoked so far this year, guys. And the past year has been a very, very hard year for PayPal investors, guys. They call it Pain Pal for a reason. So we have that trading below fair value range there at the 46. We see a little pop up here, but we see the low at 38, and then we're trying to see a bounce, but looks like it's getting rejected here, and we'll see what happens if it comes back up. But and then we also have Salesforce down 1.81%, guys, on the day. And same thing goes for Salesforce as well. We see it, consistently down. We see a little pop, and we'll see if it continues ripping up. But that is the top 5 and bottom 5 stocks on the day in the Mogul 50, the 50 stocks we watch every single day. The check marks are the ones we are currently in right now in the Mogul 30, and then the ones we have sitting on the sidelines waiting, for deals for us to, sell for profit in the ones we're in, and then maybe hop into one of the other 20. So we're in 30, and then we watch 50. So that is one of the trading portfolios we do. If you guys want, to see what we invest in every single day, guys, you could go over to our website, mogulfellows.com, check out membership, and then you could also get access to our Discord, and this will give you access to pretty much every trade alert that we do, even in our long-term investments and our Mogul options portfolio, and as well as the Mogul 30 portfolio. So that is pretty much the gist of things right now. Oil getting, smoked today after the big rally yesterday. Worries on the Iran war, but we, got something today. Trump saying that this war can be over soon. Who knows if that's true or not? He can move the markets based off what he says. He could be just saying that to make the market less fuddy, fear, uncertainty, doubt, if you will. But we'll see what happens. Do we trust it? I don't know yet. I don't know if I trust it yet. I'm still being cautious with this market. And like I said, we still got a lot of other stuff even after this Iran war situation. We got, a new Fed chair coming in, Kevin Warsh. We'll see if he, is dovish or if he's hawkish. We also have, AI disruption with, labor market, and we have Trump tariffs. We have, what else? Unemployment. I think I mentioned unemployment. We got a bunch of other stuff that we still have to get through, guys. So hopefully we could get through this and be ready by summer. And I think Kevin Warsh, once he gets in, hopefully we could get a rate cut, and then we could see a breather in the market. Hopefully a rally in the summer, and then we'll maybe see some volatility midterms, around the midterms area, guys. So that's later this year after summer. So that is the market. I did want to mention as well, we are moving. We tried this a couple weeks ago. We didn't like it, but I think we're ready now. We are going to be adding the Mogul collection, guys. So we're going to be doing, using profits to invest in, collectibles. And then also we want to also jump into real estate as well. So those are the two announcements that we want to announce. And we will announce it on our Patreon, and then also we will have it on our website, guys. So if you guys want to view our Mogul collection, it'll be on the website. We have to design it the way we want, but that should be up soon. We already have some collectibles that we have that Mogul Fellows has received this past week, and then we also have 2 collectibles that I'm giving to Mogul Fellows, and this being one of them. We do have to get this graded eventually, but I pulled this when I was a kid, and just when I was looking in my Pokemon cards the last I think the past 2 years, I think I pulled it out, and this is a Venusaur holographic. Who knows if it's a PSA 10, but we want to get this graded. And even if it's not a PSA 10, it is kind of a cool collectible to have. We were super into Pokemon when I was a kid, and that is a cool card. That's probably the coolest card that I pulled when I was little. So but yeah, we're gonna go get into collectibles. Obviously, we really like sports cards, Pokemon cards. We like physical items too. Obviously we have also a physical item that we are going to be giving Mogul Fellows. That is the Tesla Tequila. We have our Tesla shirt on right now. I don't know if you could see it, it's all black, but we have the Tesla Tequila that we don't plan on drinking. It's not even opened. We bought it for an investment. It's a collectible, and then hopefully once Tesla reaches a $25 trillion market cap, we'll pop it open, but we'll see what happens there. But yeah, so we got the Tesla Tequila, we got the Venusaur, and then we pulled 3 other cards here. I could actually we really like Arena, guys, and we have pulled in Arena, we have pulled 3 cards. Our first card was probably the best card, and that was this 2020 Aaron Rodgers Panini Mosaic Reactive Green card. This card, I think it sell up to $100. We bought it for $25. Each slab is $25, and then we got this Jordan Love 2020 Panini Chronicles card, and then we also have this 2005, guys, Peyton Manning Topps. We just pulled this last night. So Arena Club, we so far we kind of like it. We'll see what happens. You could obviously pull slabs on this, $25 all the way up to I think $2,500 or something like that. You could either sell it back for 90% to Arena Club. You could put it in your shoebox like we have them in this right now. We could list them for sale. We could auction it off. We could have a fixed price to sell them online, or we could have them sent to us, guys. We haven't decided yet. I think we're just going to have them sent to us, and then we'll open them in front of you guys on these sessions. So kind of a cool thing that we want to do. And yeah, so we have 3 PSA. We have a 10, PSA 10, PSA 9, PSA 8 so far, and we'll see if we could get these sent to us. I think we have decided to do that. So that is Arena Club, and then obviously we're probably going to be purchasing. We're going to be watching eBay and stuff like that, guys. So that is pretty much our announcement, guys. That is session 119. Yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys like this style of content, please consider subscribing. Please hit that notification bell to get alerted when we post a video. And yeah, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hit the outro.